guys, long time no see. I'm Kathy. So I know that you guys just invested a bunch of time in the interview, the Jen Hardy Show interview. So, you guys can dip. You don't have to go through a whole long stream now. You did enough. Thank you for coming out to the interview. It was fun. I know I spoke way too much. I just kept talking. Um, but it was my first time, so now I know better. Now I know when someone interviews you, just answer the question. Just don't go on and on and on and on and on. Hi, Lisi. Jelly Beans, you're here. Christy, Stink Eye, Kelly, Fozzie, Carolyn, you're all here. Gen X, Mel, Jay, Rebecca. All right, I don't think we're going to do a loop tonight. I think we've done enough loops for a while now. That was weird. All right, let's go. Okay, so we're gonna go to that judge that we like. That no, judge that we I can't. Her name is Tammy something. She'll say her name. We're gonna go to her first, and then we're gonna go see Judge Frost because we love Judge Frost up in Wisconsin. Then we're gonna go back to her. That's three, and then we're gonna go right into Fleischer. So we're gonna get to Fleischer soon. Don't worry. And he's in his Friday gear and he looks spectacular. See, my dog even is excited. Oh, queso. Okay, so Charles, about queso, our chef at the restaurant is Mexican. All right, he studied in Mexico, then he went to France and studied in France for a while, and now he works in our little restaurant, and he made queso sauce is what he called it. So my the owner put it on the menu, CASO sauce, and no one can understand what it was. And it was queso. It was so funny that I didn't even tell him about it. I just told the customers, like when I handed the menu and I went up to the table, I'm like, hey, that's queso sauce, guys, queso. Oh man. All right, let's go. We're doing court though. We're doing court. We're going into court right now. Here we go. We should really behave in this courtroom because this woman is scary.
Mr. Pinkney?
Yeah, how you doing?
I am great. So, Mr. Pinkney is present with his attorney, Cheryl Vasquez, for his arraignment. And this is in SPCR 2400165J6. The charge is terroristic acts. And um, how does Mr. Richie plead? Excuse me, how does Mr. Pinkney plead to this charge?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay. And does he waive reading of the indictment and all formalities?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And,
Let me listen at the child.
Okay.
Let me listen.
okay, it's just, I was gonna ask her whether or not this should be set for a trial track or a plea track.
Let's go ahead and put it for the trial track right now, Your Honor.
No, let's
No,
go
let's
for
put
a
it
plea track.
Okay, let's put it for a plea
A
track.
plea track is saying that we're gonna try to come
That's
to.
right, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
let's
right.
do that. And listen, ma'am, I've been in jail.
Okay.
Let me tell her something.
It's
Let me
okay.
just tell her.
How long you been in jail?
I've been in jail since January the 8th
This year?
this year.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Can I get a bond and get out and go get back out?
Let me first get a date.
January the 8th. I've been locked up since January. Okay.
Let's try to schedule this for, you think we could have this by May 17th? You need discovery.
Your Honor, this is, Mr. Pinkney is the one that we did the bond hearing last week, and
Yeah, see, I ain't know nothing about that.
um, you were going
Oh, I
to,
want to get out, man.
Mr. Pinkney, I can't do
Okay.
anything if I can't hear your attorney.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna fire her.
Be quiet,
okay.
be quiet,
I'm gonna
be
fire her.
quiet. Ms. Vasquez.
Part of the bond, before you set a amount, was that he was going to have to, you wanted him to do the 28-day treatment, and I believe a mental health evaluation before you set a bond.
Yeah.
I'd have been talking to the
I'm
brother.
going back to my notes. Ms. Vasquez presented your case to me, okay? And we had a full hearing on it. And after I considered all of the evidence, I took it under advisement and decided not to enter a bond at that time. Let me tell you why. We rescheduled it for actually May 10th. That's today because I knew you were going to be here. I want you to have a mental health evaluation and a drug evaluation. And I want those things done before I set a bond. I want you to complete the 28-day drug treatment program, and then I'm going to consider setting a bond. Okay?
Ma'am, I don't do drugs. I was drinking out there on the streets. And I was drunk when I came to jail.
Well, okay.
And I don't understand how I even caught that terroristic threat anyway, because I was drinking and I wasn't even supposed to be in trouble, tell you the truth.
Well,
When the police pull up,
we can make that a drug and alcohol evaluation. If you need treatment for alcohol,
I was
then
drinking.
you will
I
receive
told my
that.
mama I ain't never drinking again because I'd have been in jail 6 months almost. She said, "You done been there almost 6 months?" I said, "Yes." I said, "They told me,
So
my
Mr. Pinkney,
can I tell you one more thing
Mr.
first?"
Pinkney, no. So when they do the 28-day program, does that include alcohol?
Yes, it does. It does. I'm in the program now, substance abuse program,
Okay.
and
well,
it says for
well,
6 weeks.
I want you to finish that. I'm not gonna let you out until you finish that. And then once you finish that, then I'm gonna gladly set bond. Ms. Vasquez is keeping a good watch on your case. She's gonna file a petition for bond, and I'm gonna happily consider that.
That's another 6 weeks. That's a whole nother month.
Maybe. Complete your treatment, okay? So, we'll, set it for a plea date. Let's put a hold on spot.
Hold on, let me finish listening to the judge.
We're in
later.
May now, so let's set that in June.
June the 20th at 10:30.
Not June 20. Come a little earlier than
Is
that.
that a jail date?
Yeah, come a little
Okay.
earlier than June 20th.
June.
That's at the end of the month.
June 20th at 10:30. I will see you on that date for sure. And then, when we have the bond hearing, you may want to have Mr. Pinkney, there. But
Yes.
Mr. Pinkney, while you're at the bond hearing, then, we need another bond hearing, I'm not sure.
I don't know. I ain't been
I
to the first
believe-
bar here.
I believe that,
But we did have to have you present.
we have filed the bond and it says the amount is to be determined upon his completion.
Thank you.
Yes.
Man, listen here. I don't understand why
So
I
I
got
want Mr. Pinkney to go into the back.
Sir, step that way.
a whole nother
Step that
month.
way. Yep, we'll see you
That's
back
not
sign
here.
our
that.
fault,
What's
that
it?
is what the court is ordering.
Ordering.
All right, let me
So go
sign.
on back, Mr. Pinkney.
He has not signed it.
Let me
You're
sign.
gonna do another.
Wait a minute.
Let him sign
Sign
his
here.
document.
This
Thank
is
you,
saying
Davis.
not
Thank you,
guilty.
Captain.
You're pleading
Sign
not
your
guilty today,
paperwork.
correct?
Yeah, not guilty.
Okay, so I want you to sign right there.
And you see me June the 20th. This is about trying to get out. I'm gonna get out of jail then.
I'm not saying that,
A bond here.
but that will be the opportunity for you to get out.
Okay,
Mr. Pinkney,
Anthony,
please
just-
sign. Okay.
I don't understand this, man. Listen, man. I ain't killed
Talking,
nobody.
talking, and sign,
I got.
please.
Where you want me to sign at?
Right here on this line right here.
What if I would plead guilty? What if I would plead guilty? What
I'm
would
not
you do?
taking a guilty plea right
Anthony,
now.
let's
I
do
can
this.
plead
Anthony,
guilty and just go ahead and
You
can I
know
get out of
what?
jail?
Just take him
Okay.
and just note that, he didn't sign.
Okay,
Oh, he's signing our judge.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get out of
All
jail.
right.
I done been here 6 months almost.
Come on, Pinkney, let's step this way.
I done been here 6 months for a terroristic threat and I didn't even do anything.
Okay, Mr. Pinkney.
You'll hear from me later.
Your Honor, he has signed the face of the indictment.
Thank you very much.
You can leave the booth now. Hiya, May dear. Okay, let's go to Judge Frost. Okay, so nothing crazy happens in this. I just thought it was 10 minutes of interesting. So you guys get to hear 10 minutes of interesting.
Today, Attorney Lorenz, would you state the appearances, please?
Sure, this is Corey Lorenz with Habish and Rotier, representing Eileen and Carlos and Sebastian Del Rosario and proposed guardian ad litem. And also Eileen Del Rosario and Carlos Del Rosario are also on the hearing today.
Thank you. And we're doing the hearing by Zoom video today. I have each of you by Zoom video, and I've confirmed you can each see and hear me. I can see and hear each of you as well, and we're live streaming since we're on Zoom today. And we're here for approval of minor settlement. I've reviewed the petition about what happened with Sebastian and the settlement that is proposed. So I do understand the background here. I'm sure Attorney Lorenz has probably talked you through at least some of this, but I want to explain. I'm going to have Attorney Lorenz, as the guardian ad litem for Sebastian, give me her recommendations about whether this is a fair and reasonable settlement and in the best interests of Sebastian. Then I'll ask each of you some questions, and Attorney Lorenz will have a chance if she wants to as well. And then at the end of it, assuming all the information I get from the two of you is good and confirms what I think it will, I'll be able to approve this for you. So Attorney Lorenz, what are you recommending today?
I'm recommending the settlement as in distribution of funds as outlined in the petition that was filed with the court. This includes a gross settlement of $25,500 from the liability carrier involved in this case. And as outlined in our petition, includes a reduction in our fees, a reduction from the health plan that's entitled to reimbursement, with a total net funds to Sebastian of $15,265.49. We believe that this is a fair and reasonable settlement in order to resolve this claim and recommend it.
And upon your review, Sebastian's completely healed now, no ongoing issues to be worried about?
Yes, it's my understanding that Sebastian is doing well and has not had any further treatment. We reviewed additional information about, and photographs and items like that to confirm that he's doing okay. And it is my understanding and recommendation that we're prepared to proceed to resolve the claim.
Okay. I'll talk with both of you, Mr. and Ms. Del Rosario. Could you each raise your right hands, please, and I'll put you under oath. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. You can both put your hands down. Ms. Rosario, Del Rosario, I'll start with you, please. Could you start by stating your name and your current address?
Me first. My name is Eileen Del Rosario. I live in 10210 Sister Oak Drive, Verona, 53593.
Thank you. And you're the mother and legal guardian of Sebastian Del Rosario?
That's correct.
And it looks like Sebastian, is he about to be 6?
He is next month, Your Honor.
Yeah. Okay. And a couple of years ago now, he had an incident at his daycare where they opened the door and injured his hand.
Yes, he was placed next to the door during nap time. And then a teacher opened the door and she didn't realize that my son's hand is close to the door underneath it. And then it injured his thumb.
Okay. So I reviewed that he had some care for a couple of months and then he had to have some behavioral treatment. Do you feel like all of the issues are healed and resolved, both the physical and the behavioral?
Oh, yes, Your Honor. Right now, he's doing Ninja Warrior class. He's doing soccer. He's doing jiu-jitsu 3 times a week. He's very active. He's doing piano also every Saturday. He just did his recital, so I believe he's doing well now.
It's not causing him any problems anymore. It's all healed up.
No, it's not causing anything anymore.
Okay. Does Sebastian remember it at all? Or is that all kind of, he does?
He does. Because he sees his daycare before. When we pass by Verona, I'll say, "Oh, that's where I got my thumb hurt." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's the place."
Okay. Good. And it sounds like, other than that, though, he's very active, very healthy, happy.
Very active. Too much energy, Your Honor.
Yep. So you have no concerns about any future problems flaring up,
I don't think there's any issues.
and the doctors have
I think we should all take a nap just after listening to all this stuff the child does every day. Whew.
never said anything didn't heal correctly or might be a problem in the future.
No, because he gets yearly checkup and he doesn't complain about it.
Okay. So if I approve the settlement today, I just want to make sure you understand, and I'll ask your husband about this as well. It's a final settlement after I approve it. And if anything would come up that you didn't realize was still an ongoing underlying problem because of this injury, you wouldn't be able to come back. You wouldn't be able to ask for any more money if a behavioral or like a emotional issue came up because he actually does still remember the pain or the injury or anything like that. Those would all be resolved and you wouldn't be able to come back. Do you understand that?
Yes,
And you're comfortable with that?
yes,
Do you also understand that I'll be ordering the money put into a restricted account where it can't be accessed by either of you until Sebastian is 18, then he can access it, unless you come to the court and get approval for some kind of a withdrawal. But the only way to withdraw between now and when he's 18 is if I approve it ahead of time, okay?
yes, I understand.
All right, and you're willing to abide by that?
Yes,
Good. Okay. And so he's in kindergarten?
yes, he is.
I think those are all my questions for you. I'll talk to Mr. Del Rosario now. Sir, could you state your name?
My name is Carlos Del Rosario Jr.
And do you live at the same address that Miss Del Rosario gave me?
That is correct.
And you're the father and legal guardian of Sebastian?
Yes.
Do you agree with all of your wife's testimony?
Yes, I 100% agree with all of what she said.
What is he supposed to say? Answer that question. How is he supposed to answer that question? Hi, Hannah D. He just asked him in front of his wife. Look at her smile. Look at that. Of course he agrees with me, Judge.
Was there anything you feel like you need to correct or add to, or you just want to tell me in addition to what she said?
No, Your Honor.
Do you also believe that Sebastian's completely healed and he doesn't have any ongoing concerns physically or mentally or emotionally?
Yes.
Okay. Do you also understand what I just explained about if I approve this settlement today and something would come up that it turns out was related to the injury, he and you will be foreclosed. You won't be allowed to pursue any additional recovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're comfortable with that?
Yes.
Okay. And are you also willing to keep the money in a restricted account where it can only be accessed if I approve it until he's 18?
Yes.
Good. And you think he's happy, healthy, has too much energy also?
Too much energy, Your Honor. Yes. I'm very happy.
Good. Good to hear. Okay. Attorney Lorenz, did you want to ask either Mr. or Miss Del Rosario any questions?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right. Thank you all. I'm going to approve that settlement today as recommended by the guardian ad litem. The amount seems fair, and looking through it, the fact that both the Havish firm and through their work, Group Health Cooperative reduced the fees or the subrogation claims they had, tells me that this is a good value for Sebastian that he's going to get out of this. And the amount certainly does seem reasonable, especially compared to all the unknowns to do with trial and the cost of trial. So I'm going to approve the amount and all of the distributions as set forth in the petition. They all seem reasonable and appropriate and in Sebastian's best interests. I'll also find that I believe both of you that it sounds like he's completely well healed, that there's no ongoing problems from this. And this money will just be a nice little thing that'll build up for the next 12 years and be there for him. And it's good compensation for getting injured like that. And I'm glad to hear that he has recovered completely and that it's no problem anymore. So I'll sign the order that was submitted. It doesn't specify what the bank account will be. Have you already lined one up?
Yes.
Okay, so to go right into that. And then if you ever need to, feel free to file a letter and let me know that you're asking for permission. If something would come up to withdraw it from, who knows, maybe when he gets older and he's closer to driving age or working age or something, Sebastian will ask to use some of it. If you bring that to my attention, I will put something on and I'll hear from you, and it's no big deal. Do either of you have any questions for me today?
No.
No.
Okay. Attorney Lorenz, is there anything else you think we should put on the record today?
No, I don't believe so. Thank you.
Thank you all. I hope everything keeps going well for Sebastian.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Have a good day, all of you.
Thank you.
You too.
Mel, you nailed it. You nailed it. What about all of us? I mean, when we grew up, we got injured by everything. Mel said the death slides, the burning hot death slides. Yeah, that was nothing compared to everything else. But at least, so we had everything that was, going to kill us. No seatbelts, blah, blah, blah. But at least they gave us those dull, stupid scissors in school so we wouldn't get hurt. So there's that. They protected us then. I mean, our parents literally had to have a reminder at 10 p.m. at night. Hey, it's 10 o'clock at night. Do you know where your kids are? Oh. Oh, Sally, don't lose chat. Yes, he got a settlement for a thumb injury. Yeah, and behavioral therapy when he was 3 years old because he got his thumb hit because he got his thumb caught in a door. I was trying to remember when I saw this video if I can count how many times my parents have slammed my hand in the car doors by accident, not on purpose. I don't think. Maybe it was on purpose. I don't know. But it happens. That happens. No one gave me behavior. Maybe that's the problem. We didn't get behavioral therapy. Hi, Marianne. All right, we're going to go back. We're going to go back to that other judge for 6 minutes, and then we're going to get to Fleischer.
Good morning, Mr. Richie.
How y'all doing?
Good morning, Mr. Richie.
Doing well. Mr. Richie, I'm Judge Stokes. You're
How
here
you
for
doing?
their, I'm fine, thank you.
doing?
You're here for the arraignment in your case. Mr. Burton represents you. He's tied up in another court. Mr. Carson is willing to step in for this purpose, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, Larry Mack.
Richie Jr.
Oh, thank you. I was gonna make sure I put that on there. It's very important. SPCR 2400756 J6. Mr. Carson, how does Mr. Richie plead to the charges in the indictment?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, does he waive reading of the indictment and all formalities?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I think we'll put this down on a trial track.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
When next time I be out?
June 21st,
June 21st.
I
9:30.
I ain't got no bond or nothing like that.
Hold on, Mr. Richie.
Yeah, sorry.
Huh?
Hold on, Mr. Richie, hold on just a second. So June 21st, 9:30 is the trial docket call.
What, I can't get a bond?
Well, Mr. Richie, just be quiet for a second, let me see what we
Okay.
got.
Okay.
While she's looking on the side, right, Mr. Richards, just enter a not guilty plea.
But I mean, like, I thought this case already was handled.
I'm not sure. But
Go ahead.
No, it's not already been handled, Mr. Richie.
I got a letter.
That's why we're here on it.
Well, I'm trying to get out of jail by the night.
Everybody is, Mr. Richie, just hold on a minute. So, Mr. Roy, is this your case?
I'm sorry, what case is this?
This is Larry Richie, position 10.
I know the name.
Can you read, just tell me?
yes, sir. It says defendant on May 10th, 2024, being an open court pleads not guilty to these charges. Charges are assault.
I'm talking about not dead, I'm talking about
This is
Make
what I
my
gotta sign
Odyssey
for.
some coffee.
You're just signing here.
Your Honor,
where it says you plead
is
not
this,
guilty.
for
I mean, could you
756?
read all that to me?
The
I can't.
number on
You're
it?
not signing
Yes.
this. But
Okay,
it
yeah,
says
that's
this is
fine.
if you were to plead guilty. Waive right to jury trial. That's where you would sign, but you're not signing that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, I thought. I
756
mean,
will
like,
be
I
mine.
can't get a
It's an
bond
aggravated
on this.
assault.
I'll ask Mr. Burton if he can file
Yeah,
for you.
I'm trying to get out by the night. You know what I'm saying?
I'll ask him to file for you.
Alright.
But you can sign here. You can just enter a not guilty plea today. It doesn't. It's just procedurally what you do right now.
I don't have anything coming up.
But not this part. Ignore that because that's not what you're signing. You're signing up here, which is entering a not guilty plea.
So if I plead this to be not guilty, right?
Yeah, but don't touch this. Just sign right there. This is for the top part.
But I mean, like,
Says
I'm
not
not
guilty.
I'm not guilty.
That's what he's putting
Yes, sir.
down,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
So
Mr.
right here,
Mack.
I got to go back to court for this.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you're saying not guilty.
But I can't
to
get a
that.
bond and then get a
Mr.
bond.
Mr. Richie, asking him over and over again is not gonna get you an answer. Hold on for a minute, okay?
So this is the only case I'm dealing with.
Right now, in front of me this second,
But do I got a bond on the rest of my cases?
I said,
All right.
all right, thank you. So we had a bond hearing on May 3rd.
Mr. Richie has multiple outstanding cases right now.
That's what I'm trying to see if I get a bond for the rest of
Mr.
it.
Richie, hush for a second, please, just hush. Mr. Richie, I denied your bond because I determined that based on the evidence I'd heard, there was a significant risk of you committing a new offense. So
I'm
I
not,
denied.
ma'am. I got, like, before.
Sir, Mr. Richie, she already denied it.
The
Just
bond
go ahead
is
and sign
denied,
for not
Mr. Richie.
guilty.
You have several things outstanding, and I'm not going to change that decision, all right?
Okay.
So I can't get out. So what I do, just sign not guilty?
You're right here, Judge.
Sign right
Just
Sign your
sign
name. Actually, I already wrote not guilty.
But when? So don't worry about it.
Okay, so Mr. Richie, I heard the bond hearing on May 3rd. Your attorney brought that to the court. I heard from the state, and I heard from your attorney. You listening to me?
Listen to me.
Mr. Richie,
Yes, ma'am.
I heard the bond hearing on May 3rd. I heard from the state, and I heard from your attorney. What I learned ultimately was that you have many open cases.
Well, how many?
Hold on. The current case involves pointing the accusation of pointing a gun at a woman who was parked in her car around 3 o'clock in the morning. And this was early in the morning on Christmas Day. There was a call about a suspicious person at the same time from some other people, and then that call to her. There was, then you fled, the vehicle had to be pitted by the state troopers. And at that time, I was trying to get your attorney appointed on each of the cases that you have. Part of the problem is you have several cases here in Superior Court.
About how many? About
But
3?
hold on, you've got cases in state court, and you have cases that are still in recorder's court. They have not made it up here.
But I mean,
So I am not presiding over each one of those cases. Some are in state court, some are in recorder's court, and some are here. There are several, and I'm not changing the bond order at this time, okay? I'm gonna let you discuss with
So
your
all my
attorney when
cases-
he comes out to see you, and right now you're gonna go back.
so all my cases, no bond. All my
Come on.
cases.
If you have no bond on one case,
But they got me in June. They got me in housing
Here,
unit 1
come
at
on.
the
We gotta
jailhouse. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Like, you
Phone to the back.
Okay, thank you, Richie. Okay, take the next.
You may leave the booth now.
No good deed.
Man, I gotta get more of that New Jersey judge. I don't know how to say it. I think it's NKAMA. Nakama. I don't know how to say his name, but I gotta get more. You may leave the booth. All right, it's time for Fleischer, guys. I hope you guys are ready. Oh man, the chat is talking about growing up in the 70s and 80s, where everybody should have grown up because that was awesome. And yeah, we didn't. that little kid got behavioral therapy for his thumb. I remember. So we got snow in Pennsylvania, and we did trail tag. So we made little trails in the snow, and then we played tag in the trails. And I slid off the trail because snow is very slippery, right into a rose bush, and it cut an artery in my leg. So my dad put a band-aid on it and put me to bed. Well, a band-aid doesn't stop all that blood. My mom, she was out at a bar. She came home later, way later that night, and there was just blood everywhere because my dad just stuck a band-aid on it and sent me to bed. That's how you grew up in the 80s, guys. In the 70s. All right, let's go to Fleischer. Let's go see his spectacular jacket today.
Morning, Judge. I have Mr. Christopher Howard.
Okay.
Do you want me to
bring him up, please? Christopher Howard. Mr. Howard, you're charged with deadly conduct. You're facing up to a year in jail and or if probable cause, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Please don't say anything, sir. Okay.
Yes, Judge. So on May 5th, 2024, undercover conducted surveillance in a takeover in a cul-de-sac when the defendant observed doing 4 donuts in the center of the cul-de-sac and was automatically 15 to 20 feet away from, approximately 15 to 20 feet away from spectators and other vehicles which were occupied. Officer was able to conduct a traffic stop on the black Mustang and was able to provide the driver of the vehicle with the probable cause for the traffic stop. Defendant admitted to doing donuts.
Okay. Mr. Howard, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Can you run his license, please?
Sure.
Okay. Do you have a Texas driver license? Do you have valid liability insurance? Let me tell you that the state is making it, or the legislature has made it extremely difficult for district attorneys across the state of Texas to seize cars that participate in these types of activities. In fact, it was on the news 2 days ago where 2 officers seized 2 very expensive cars for participating in this kind of conduct. Living in Houston without the ability to drive it blows. If I find that you do this again, I will take your privilege to drive away from you permanently. Do you understand? I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond now not to participate in any racing, street takeovers, reckless driving, donuts. If you do, I will put you in jail and I'm going to take your privilege away from you permanently. Do you understand?
No, Judge.
Okay. Do you mind filing those orders, please? No racing, street takeovers and the like. I'm going to have you go to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take your seat in the jury box while I get your bond conditions. Do not pick up any new cases. Don't act like a fool in a car again. Otherwise, I'll take the free world away from you. You understand? Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, how you doing today?
Hey, come on up.
I have Andrew Murillo on the docket. It's a first appearance.
What, you want to bring him up? Good morning, sir. It's Murillo, right? Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
And so, Judge, on May 3rd, 2024, officers responded to a crash in which the defendant drove into a tree. Defendant identified himself as the driver. Signs of alcohol, of intoxication, beverage. The driver refused to state where he was coming from or if he had been drinking. standard field sobriety test, 6 of 6 clues on HGN, 2 of 4 clues on one-leg stands, and 5 of 8 clues on walking turns. The will witness saw the defendant drive his Buick through the barricade, then step out of his vehicle and claim he was tripping. DIC red, declined sample, blood 1.
I feel like you went from A to D. So the officer, I'm sure, goes up to him. Did he smell alcohol?
Right. Yeah, he smelled.
I didn't hear you.
Alcoholic beverage.
Okay.
And he went up to.
Did he notate like slurred speech, bloodshot eyes?
I'm sorry.
I didn't hear that.
I apologize.
It's okay.
Strong word of alcoholic, bloodshot eyes. The driver refused to state and he was asking where he was coming from, and which the driver refused to answer where he was coming from or if he had been drinking. So then he did the standard field sobriety test, and of those tests, 6 out of 6 HGN, 2 out of 4.
They take him to the JPC. Do they do a blood test, breath test?
Blood warrant was issued.
Okay. Can you look to see if there are any prior DWIs, please? All right, Mr. Murillo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. Do you have a Texas driver license, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you don't, you're not allowed to drive, and I'm making that a condition of your bond. Be careful. If your license does become suspended, you may not drive. Above all else, no alcohol, no drugs. Otherwise, I will put you in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will not get any more PR bonds. My only question now, if he has any prior DWIs, if you,
To my knowledge, he's never been charged with DWI. I do believe he has a prior for marijuana possession, but
yeah, that doesn't, I don't care about that. I want to know what other, if any other alcohol contacts.
I believe he's been.
Any other issues with the alcohol.
Okay, so we're just going to reset your case now. We'll get you to Victoria Center reset. After that, you'll get Janae for your bond conditions. Don't pick up any new cases. Don't drink alcohol.
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
understand? Okay, guys.
There's just there's random UAs and
Correct.
no driving without a license.
Right.
Okay.
And then because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with this person. He will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me that you're playing games, that you're not responding to phone calls, text messages, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. No more PR bonds. You understand, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, guys.
Thank you, Judge.
Please.
Page 1, Aguilar. Arredondo.
Victoria sounds great today, doesn't she?
Mucho gusto,
¿Algún abogado que por alguna razón no puede ser?
Okay. I have an attorney. ¿Cómo se llama él? Chávez Law Firm. Okay. Pero como sea, el juez quiere hablar contigo.
Sí, sí.
Solo mire, acérquese aquí, solo mire el juez, no me mira a mí, me contesta en español nada más.
Okay.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Julio César Aguilar.
Julio Aguilar. Oh, you already got it. Salud. No,
David Romero, come up. In the jury box.
Yikes.
Jesse, take off, and
Yes,
then
sir.
I'll call you after. Do you mind hitting the button on the speaker, please? There should be a power button. They always turn it off for some reason. Just touch one time. Jesse,
Yes, Your Honor.
there you go. Okay, so if you want to leave me your cell phone, I can reach out to you when we're done, so you don't have to just wait here needlessly.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. I'll do
Or
that
you're
now.
welcome to wait, whatever you want, you know, but as soon as we're done with the arraignments, I can reach out to you. I've got him in the jury box. He's not going anywhere.
Okay, sounds good, but it doesn't sound like I'll need to come to court for this, right, Judge?
Oh,
Or would you like
I'm
me to
not,
come
no,
in at
I'm not
around
going to say
11,
that. I'm not going to, I have here in my notes that they've kicked him out of the PTI program. So I don't know, but that's what, let me get through the arraignments and then we can powwow about it, okay? So
Yes, Your Honor. I'll
it's
leave my
not,
number.
I'm
Thank
not letting, no, I mean, he violated the program. I'm not letting him go. You know what I mean? I'm not going to
Yes, Your
reward him for violating it. So I don't know, but I'll reach out to you when we're done, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Don't leave me your cell phone now.
Yes, Your
Okay. Did you say this is Aguilar?
Yes, Julio Aguilar.
Aguilar Arredondo.
Aguilar Arredondo, yes, sir.
You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. Please don't say anything.
Yes, Judge, on May 4th, 2024, a traffic stop for a vehicle running a red light to turn left on North Line Drive in Harris County, Texas. Officer noted odor of alcoholic beverage on the defendant's breath, slurred speech, droopy eyelids, glossy red shot eyes. Defendant admitted to drinking. Standard field sobriety test. HGN was 6 out of 6. Walk and turn was 3 out of 8. And one leg stand 2 out of 4. DIC was red. Consented to the breath. And registered at 0.129 and then 1.127.
Two things. Can you see if he has any prior DWIs? And then if he has a license, please.
Doesn't look like they're prior. I did a review earlier.
Yes, I have a license.
And his license is.
Mr. Aguilar Arredondo, are you a citizen of the United States?
Resident.
So you do have a Texas driver license?
Texas. Yes, sir.
You have valid liability insurance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may continue to drive as long as you have both. I am ordering you. Well, first, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Number two, I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or drugs, illegal drugs, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You understand?
Yes, señor. Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
You have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer. Because you do, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court. But you must stay in contact with Ms. Chavez. She will tell you when you have to come back to court. If she tells me that she can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, that you're not responding to phone calls, text messages, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. No new cases, no alcohol. Stay in contact with your lawyer.
Téngase comunicación con su abogada, su licenciada. Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Janae for your bond conditions. And after that, you're free to wait for your lawyer and back.
Do we think Janae is the new clerk that Melissa's training? Who is Janae?
¿Alguien aquí que no hable inglés levante la mano, por favor?
Marcelino. Yeah, so it's Marcelino Gonzalez, Marcel. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, come on. Ms. Chavez, we just, come on up. Hi. So I just did PC. I found PC. I just did no alcohol, no drugs, and then that's it. So if you want to get with Victoria, whatever date you want, he's just gonna, after that, we'll just get with him with Janae, and then you guys are gonna take him with you.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Okay.
Bueno, Marito, pongo sus papeles aquí. Solo, mire, después sí le contesta nada más en español. Usted ya vio cómo es esto, ¿cierto? Y le van a dar más tiempo para que busque su abogado.
Good morning, Mr. Marcelino
Sí, señor
Gonzalez.
Marcelino, ¿cómo le va? Good
You
morning,
were
sir.
charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of your high blow.
Alto contenido de soplo.
You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you.
Sí, señor o no, señor. Yes. Solo mira después.
So Judge, on May 3rd, 2024, officers responded to an accident. The defendant, driver, was seen to have red bloodshot eyes. The odor of an alcoholic beverage emitting from his breath and or person, slurred speech, and observed him to be unsteady on his feet. The defendant advised he had been involved in an accident and had hit other vehicles. Defendant claimed he was traveling on Bissonnette Street, but the accident occurred on Beechnut Street. Defendant admitted to drinking 4 Modelo beers. Standard field sobriety test administered, HGN 6 of 6, 6 out of 8 walking turns, 4 out of 4 one-leg stands. EIC was read. He consented to a breath. Registered .205, then .199.
Mr. Marcelino Gonzalez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
No.
Are you in this country with permission?
Con permiso, sin permiso. Without permission.
If you go to jail, Mr. Marcelino Gonzalez, and immigration finds you, they will put a detainer on you. You will remain in custody until immigration is done with you, which is about 9 months. Do you understand?
¿Entendió eso, señor? Yes.
Don't violate conditions I put on you now. Otherwise, I will put you in jail. And if you were unlucky enough, you're going to be there for an extremely long time. I'm telling you this because I see it happen on a daily basis where an undocumented person gets an ICE detainer. You were lucky to get out. Don't push your luck. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive at all. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or drugs, I will put you in jail, and it may be your last time here.
Es tu última vez aquí, señor, ¿entendió? Así de delicado. Mire, pues no allá. El juez, le dije que el juez. Tranquilo, ya pronto se va a ir. ¿Okay? Esta es la primera vez en esto, ¿cierto? Tranquilo, esto ya. Ahorita le dan sus condiciones de fianza, su nueva fecha y se puede ir.
This is an affidavit, a court order that you will sign promising me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. Do not drive. Do you understand?
¿Entendió, señor? Sí. Yes.
Tell me, what do you do for a
Dígame,
living?
¿usted qué se dedica? ¿En qué trabaja? I'm a gardener.
How much money do you make a month?
Pero gana por mes aproximadamente. Maybe 1,500 at the most.
Who do you support? Who do you live with?
Aparte de
Who
usted
are you
mismo.
here with?
My family. ¿Pero quién? Esposa, hijos. My wife and kids.
How many children do you have?
¿Cuántos hijos tiene usted, señor?
Tengo 2.
I have 2.
Does your wife work as well?
¿Trabaja también?
Sí.
Yes.
What does she do?
¿A qué se dedica ella?
Trabajo en una compañía.
Haciendo
Limpieza.
She works at a company.
How much money
doing
does she make?
cleaning. ¿Qué tanto dinero gana ella por
What is
mes?
your household income?
¿Cuál es el ingreso mensual en total de los dos? Mensual, diría usted un promedio.
Como 3,000 al mes.
Maybe 3,000 a month or so.
Can you afford a lawyer?
¿Usted puede pagar por su propio abogado?
Pues no.
No.
I will give you an application. I want to see what your expenses are. I need to know everything that you pay for because before you qualify for an appointed lawyer, you must meet the federal poverty guideline. Fill it out. Let me see it. Mr. Marcelino, look at me.
Mírelo a él. Le dije que lo mirara a él.
Don't violate the conditions. No drinking.
Beba alcohol para
Do
nada.
you understand?
¿Entendió? Yes.
Okay.
Fijen la cara en él. No en él. Fijen la cara en él.
That way.
Dicen, pase aquí, por favor. La solicitud.
Right, page 16, Judge Maple. Joshua Maple, come on up. Sir, go around.
Counsel, do you have an arraignment? Okay.
That's who it is, Judge.
Okay, got it. All right. Joshua Maple? Hi, good morning.
Morning, Judge.
Mr. Maple? Say something. I need to know that you understand what's going on. Okay. Mr. Maple, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail. And on the gun case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Please don't say anything. Okay.
Yes, Judge. So on May 4th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a minor accident. The defendant driver stated he was cut off on the roadway. Officers noticed him to have strong odor of alcoholic beverage, bloodshot eyes, and unsteady balance. Defendant admitted to consuming alcohol. Standard field sobriety test registered on HTN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 5 out of 8, and one leg stand 3 out of 4. Defendant placed under arrest. During the inventory, a firearm was located in the center console inside of the holster. DIC was read, consented to breath, registered .113, and then .107.
All you said was that he cut someone off, and then the next thing is there's an arrest. I said it went from A to D again.
Officers arrived responding to an accident.
Okay, so there's an accident.
Correct. On the roadway. And the officers, when they approached, they noticed a strong odor of alcohol on the driver's breath, in which he admitted to having drank alcohol. They also noticed bloodshot eyes, and he was unsteady balance. And again, he said he admitted.
So the contact is that there was an accident, and that's how the officer was drawn to them.
That's correct.
All right. Now, Mr. Maple, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or drugs, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You understand?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, bud?
Okay.
What do you do in life? Okay, good. Be careful. This is going to tarnish you for a while. So just pick yourself up. Don't pick up any new cases. I want to protect the public, and I'll do everything at all costs. Do you understand, Mr. Maple? You have a lawyer. Listen to them. They will help you out. I'm going to waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court. But if they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. All right? I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, you'll go to Janae for your bond conditions, then you're free to go. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Page 6, this is Delion, Jennifer, come on up.
Going too fast, Judge.
All right. There's a certain sequence that it goes, right? And so I just want to make sure that. All right. Jennifer De Leon.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be afforded to you, ma'am.
Judge, on April 28, 2024, officers were dispatched to Walmart located at 10411 North Freeway in Harris County, Texas, for a shoplifter. The complainant, the asset protection agent, Kianjola Butcher, advised the officer that she observed via video surveillance the defendant, Jennifer De Leon, conceal merchandise into a diaper bag. passed all final points of sale, and attempted to exit the store without paying for the merchandise. The complainant stopped the defendant and recovered the merchandise from the diaper bag and identified the merchandise as belonging to Walmart, totaling an approximately $245.36.
Got it. Should be prior criminal history, any prior thefts? Mr. Leon, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to any Walmart for any reason. You understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you go to Walmart, I will revoke your bond. I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, man.
Yes, sir.
What do you do for a living? Are you married?
No.
Do you get support for your child? Is it just the two of you?
No, I actually have 4 girls.
You have 4 children. You get no support. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer, man?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Do you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Do I need one?
You're facing 6 months in jail.
All right, yeah.
Tell me, do you need a lawyer? I would think so as well. Not only that, this theft can really affect you in ways you have never considered. You ever try to apply for public assistance with a theft conviction? What do you think is going to happen?
Denied.
Right. Not only that, who's got custody of all 4 of your kids?
Just me.
What happens if you go to jail? Who's going to take those kids?
Yeah.
Consider that next time
I'll
you're
take
out
'em.
there and you're making a move, because if you go to jail, who's going to watch those kids, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll have you get an application now. I'm going to have you go to Victoria Center, reset. Then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions, man.
She has a criminal history.
Right, Judge, page 15, Lindsay Mark.
So can you file no going to Walmart, please?
Yes, there's competition.
Yeah, on De Leon, no going to Walmart.
Judge, morning. How are you?
Hey, just take a seat for me 1 second. Give me a second. Oh, that's with you. Okay, sorry. Come on up. I didn't realize that's you.
Thanks.
Marky Mark, what's new, man?
Going to Derby?
Likewise, yes.
Kenny Bunkport?
That's fine. What's the other place?
The Hamptons?
Yeah, in Kentucky.
Martha's.
That's it. Yes.
Okay, I didn't like him making fun of the judge's coat jacket like that. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I like that.
What's his last name?
Lindsley.
Lindsley. All right, Mr. Lindsley, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. In Harris County, Texas, a traffic stop was initiated for failing to signal lane change and almost hitting the wall repeatedly. Upon stopping the vehicle, officers noticed an odor of alcohol, beverage from the defendant, slurred speech, and glazed eyes, glossy eyes. Standard field sobriety test was conducted, 6 out of 6 HGNs, 6 out of 8 walk and turns, and 3 out of 4 one-leg stands. DIC was read. The defendant consented to a breath, registered .148 and .160. Criminal history is a DUI .08 in 2012 out of San Diego, had a probated conviction later set aside in 2016.
All right, Mr. Lindsay, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. So he does have a prior DWI. I'm now going to order you not to drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock. Do you understand? If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, I'll put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. I don't care who you have representing you. No alcohol. Do you understand?
Sure.
So if you can file that, please. All right. You have a lawyer. Listen to him. He will take care of you. My only concern is the public safety. That's the only thing I care about, nothing else. As long as you can abide by these conditions, you and I will be fine. Otherwise, we'll be mortal enemies and you're going to be on the losing end of it. You understand? All right. I'll have you go to Victoria. We're gonna have you sign a reset. You'll get what you need for your bond conditions, then you're free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Judge, next is page 18, Mendoza. Carlos Mendoza.
Are you Carlos Mendoza?
Molina Mendoza. Good morning. Good morning, Mom.
It's Molina, right? I have two Mendozas, that's why. I have actually two Carlos Mendozas.
Is it me?
Oh, wait, that is you.
Yeah, they're both, it's both F and DWI.
Yes.
That's from 22.
Yeah, he needs to come up and sign conditions, and then he can go. He's here to sign the MOUP and the other bond conditions. That's, it's Zuberi. That's right. Okay, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Mendoza Molina, you're charged with, first, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You were on bond for the intoxicated case, for the driving while intoxicated. And now you've picked up another case.
Yes.
You picked up a theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine on the theft case. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay, please.
We can probably call on the theft or the.
On the theft.
Okay, not the DWI. So on October 2nd of 2023 in Harris County, Texas, the complainant and the defendant agreed that the defendant would install a gas line for $1,300 for the complainant. Defendant told the complainant he required half of the payment up front. On October 2nd, 2023, the complainant gave the defendant $650 cash for the defendant to start performing the work the defendant committed to. Complainant stated after he paid the defendant, he never heard back from the defendant, and the defendant never performed any of the work. Complainant stated he called the defendant and left several voicemails requesting the defendant bring the CW his money back, but the defendant never replied. Complainant provided bank statements showing that he withdrew the $650 on October 2nd, 2023, and on February 8, 2024, officers were able to speak with the defendant via telephone and question the defendant regarding the work he was to perform for the complainant. Defendant admitted to knowing the complainant and admitted to taking the $650, but stated he never heard back from the complainant. Officers explained to the defendant that if he did not return the $650 to the complainant, he would be charged with theft. The defendant stated he understood, but refused to take calls from the complainant or the officers afterwards. Complainant identified the defendant by the Texas driver's license photo from the DPS database. The criminal history in 2023, the defendant was charged.
So hold on. Let me get this straight.
Yes, sir.
You get charged with a DWI from 2022 bond forfeit. They give you another PR bond. While you're on bond, you pick up now another theft and they give you another PR bond? As if he goes with you. No, sir. I'm not going to allow you to continue to pick up cases and get PR bond after PR bond. Absolutely not. Goes with you. And I'm going to find probable cause. I'm yanking both of your PR bonds.
Oh,
Well,
yikes.
I went to my,
Don't. It's over. As if.
And then the theft in 2016, I think, as well. Theft by check.
Good morning.
Hi, Ramona.
You ready, sir?
Can you go ahead and appoint him a lawyer, please? Okay, who's next?
All right, we have Perez on page 20. All right, Matthew Perez.
Come on up.
What's the name?
Perez.
Perez.
Thank you.
You Roy Perez.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Perez, you were charged with possession of marijuana. You now picked up another case. You've now picked up a terroristic threat. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Yes, Judge. On May 5th, 2024 in Harris County, Texas, the complainant stated that defendant, who was her front door neighbor, threatened her. The complainant was beginning to unlock her door when the defendant ran up behind her stating, "I'm going to kill you. You will die tonight." Complainant was in fear and ran back into her car and left. That's
Mr. Perez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. What's the one thing I asked you not to do when you got on bond in this court?
Stay out of Fulton County.
That's a cautionary case.
Right. What'd you do? That's right. No. Deputy, is it Garza? I got another one for you. I'm revoking your bond. You're staying with me, dude. Goes with you.
Garza needs a raise.
All right, Judge, page 24. Rue, come on up.
Hey, so. Hold on. I have to remember to do bail orders on both of those. So Perez, 5,002 on the first one. I will leave the terroristic threat as is. And then who was the one before that?
Mendoza, Molina, page 18.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave the bonds as is. I'm just gonna yank the PR and he's gotta make a surety bond on both of those. And then I will also do a bail order on those after we, I guess, finish up. Okay, good morning, man. What is your name?
English.
Rue,
Rue.
page 24.
Got it. All right, Miss Rue, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Your Honor, so officers were dispatched to a theft at Walmart, met by a complainant who stated both defendants acted in concert with each other to avoid scanning several items at the self-checkout line. The defendants walked past all points of sale, and the total value of the item stolen was $124.32.
Who's the co-defendant? Oh, goodness. This case is from 2021. From 2020?
Looks like it's 20.
It's when COVID happened.
True. This case is older than Jesus.
This case is from 2020.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You have a lawyer today.
I did not with me.
Take a seat for me in the jury box.
I think
Can
it's
you
Crystal
appoint our lawyer today?
Pleasant is the co-defendant, Your Honor.
Say it again?
Crystal Pleasant.
What happened on that one?
PTI.
Okay. Please.
All right, Judge, next we have Page 2, Barnett Alexis was set for arraignment on Friday, held to appear in both.
Alexis Barnett, come up, ma'am.
Page 2.
Yeah. Ma'am, next time you come to court, you're not going to the club. Make sure that you wear appropriate attire, okay? It's not the club. Ms. Barnett, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay.
Yes, sir. So officers were dispatched to a Honda dealership in Harris County, Texas. And the defendant was verbally trespassed by HPD earlier in the day, but not arrested. The complainant manager called again to have the defendant removed from the property. The defendant arrested the defendant for trespass at that time.
How do you get in trouble at a Honda dealership? What do you do there?
I need you to, I think she has a felony warrant. You mind checking, please? This is Barnett. Do you guys see a felony warrant?
I see an MAJ on that felon possession of a weapon. Let me see.
I mean, I think it's in warrant status at no bond.
Yeah, I see the motion to adjudicate was filed May 6th, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I got to take you. You have a felony warrant.
I have paperwork that said if this is, which I can show you, please.
So let's take her now, and then I'm going to verify it to see, because I don't want to hold you if I don't really
Yes,
need
sir.
to.
That's why I brought it.
You verify if in fact that it's not valid, then I'll let you go, but
Yes, sir.
I'll get in trouble if I let an open warrant, felony warrant go. So. And I'll find PC on the trespass.
Right, page 7, Dixon.
So we will do no going back to this location, please. No weapons in the event that she's let out, or regardless, I guess, right? If you can file that, please. Okay. Vic, who's this?
Page 7, Dixon.
Got it. All right, good morning, Ms. Dixon. Ma'am, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Judge, I'm sorry, there's a co-defendant. Do you want me to call him up?
Sure.
Harrison Kennedy, come on up.
Okay, Kennedy Harrison. Ma'am, you were charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay, please.
Mr. Judge, on May 5th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance call at the 300 block of Memorial City Way, Houston, Harris County, Texas, that later concluded as a theft shoplifting arrest. Complainant was working at the JCPenney's department store as the asset protection employee when she observed the defendant and co-defendant remove and conceal an unknown number of gift boxes containing jewelry. Complainant began watching the defendants when the defendants noticed her. She stated that the defendant then confronted her, asking why she was following them around the store. Defendants got in her face. Defendants attempted to swat her phone from her right hand, but were unsuccessful. She stated after attempting to swat the phone from her, the defendants then used their hands to grab the wig affixed to her head and pull the wig in a downward motion.
So this is to the complaining witness.
Correct. She stated she did not initially feel pain from the pulling of her wig, but shortly thereafter felt a swelling pain on the left side of her head. She stated after this occurred, the defendants did not touch her again. It said both. It states that it was both of them were pulling. It said defendants. She stated that the defendants then grabbed their hands, used their hands to grab.
So I see Miss Dixon is only charged with assault, right? Or she got a theft as well? No.
Dixon is just charged with assault. Your Honor, Harrison is charged
With the theft and the assault. Okay. Guys, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you not to go back to JCPenney at all for any reason. Do you understand? You've already seen what I do to people who pick up new cases. I'm not asking you much. I'm not asking you to split the atom. Don't get into trouble. Don't pick up any new cases. Do you understand? I promise you, I will do everything in my power to protect the public. And if that means putting you in jail, I'm going to do it in a heartbeat. What do you do for a living, Miss Dixon? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I work at Whataburger. And I work, well, I need some paperwork from y'all because I was trying to work at this daycare. I don't know.
I can't hear you. Speak louder. Come on.
I was trying to work at this daycare, almost was finished working at this daycare, but at the moment I work at Whataburger.
Okay. How much money do you make a month?
Not that much.
Who do you live with? Your grandmother? Okay. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Don't get into any more trouble. No weapons, and don't go back to this JCPenney, and don't pick up any new cases. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Miss Harrison, what do you do for a living? Where do you go to school? You're in high school. Where do you go to high school? How old are you? You turned what?
I turned 20 on that day.
And you're still in high school.
Yes, I dropped out and I went back.
Back, get your degree. Did you get your degree or did you drop out?
I couldn't go back for other reasons, but I'm going back soon.
No. You didn't get your high school diploma. You're going to get it now. I'm making that a condition of your bond. You better get in school or get your GED. I'm telling you now, you can't run out in life without a high school diploma. You'll be working at Whataburger for the rest of your life, making pennies to the dollar. Life sucks without money. Trust me. You understand?
Yes.
And if you don't, at the minimum, have a high school diploma, life is going to suck for the rest of your life. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to put you for 2 weeks and I want to see what you've done to get back into school or get your GED. I will give you a lawyer today, Ms. Harrison. No more issues. You understand? Okay. I'm going to have you both go to Victoria Center, reset, and then I'm going to have you both take a seat in the jury box while I find your lawyer. No. I'm going to give them Matt attorneys for both. Yeah. Michael Flores, you were charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right. I'm sorry. It's up to. Let's see. This is the hybrid one, right? The reckless driving? Yeah, so it's up to 30 days and or a $500 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. So, sorry. This is November 26th.
This is another reckless driving.
Right now, too. On May 5th, 2024, undercover officer viewed the defendant doing donuts in a parking lot. The officer was unable to conduct a traffic stop on the said vehicle.
Officer was able to conduct the traffic stop.
Officer was able to conduct the traffic stop.
And then what happened after that?
They arrested him for doing the donuts.
They observed him in the parking lot.
Does he have a Texas driver license, guys?
He's eligible.
Not anymore. Mr. Flores, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case, and I am now taking away your privilege to drive away from you permanently. Do you understand? You will be signing right now an affidavit promising me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care if there's a burning building and you got to rush in there with a car. You drive, you'll be facing 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand? If you drove here, you may not drive home. Do you mind filing no driving, please, guys? I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I'm going to get you Victoria. We're going to have you sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take your seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. I admonished you last time. If this ever happened again, that I would take your privilege to drive away from you permanently. Now that has happened. I'm telling you, if I find that you drive for any reason, I don't care. You will be doing a substantial amount of time in jail. You understand me? Don't think it's trivial because I've held many people in contempt for doing this very same thing. Come on.
Mr. Lindsley? Flores, Sarah? Page 9. Page 9.
Sarah Amber Flores. Ms. Flores, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine because of the high blow. It means you're facing a year. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
On May 5th, 2024, deputies were dispatched to the Spring Reception Hall in Harris County, Texas, in reference to a disturbance. Defendant arrived to Quinceanera after the bartender advised them that they would no longer be serving them alcohol due to both being intoxicated. The two decided to leave. The two decided that the defendant would drive. The defendant got behind the wheel and Aguirre got in the passenger side. The defendant was driving a light colored Lexus bearing Texas plate TZJ 9812. The witnesses observed the defendant speeding away from the reception hall at approximately 12:33. Aguirre had not closed the door to the vehicle. As the defendant made a left turn to exit the parking lot, Aguirre fell out of the vehicle, striking his face against the cement.
Wait. How did that happen? He didn't get pushed out though?
No. So they were getting in the car, but before he was able to get in and close the door, she took off speeding and turned the corner and he fell out of the door because the door was never closed.
Do we know what kind of injuries? I hope that's not substantial.
Well, it was so fell out of the vehicle, striking his face against the cement. The defendant was stopped from leaving the detained deputies.
Can you imagine if there had been a death? You know what you would be charged with? Go ahead.
So, the deputy Hunt arrived on the scene and interviewed the defendant who admitted to drinking 12 ounces of beer on his SFP was done. 6 out of 6 HGNs. Walking term was terminated because the defendant was unable to listen and stop the test. One leg stand and test. One leg stands. Defendant stated she could not perform that test. DIC was read. She consented to a breath. Registered 0.199 and then 0.210. There's not any information as to the injuries of Aguirre and
Can you guys look to see, number one, if she has a license, number two, any prior to the BIs, please? Ms. Flores, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. You have a valid Texas driver license, ma'am. You have valid liability insurance in your name. Then you're not allowed to drive. And I'm making that a condition of your bond. So before you drive, you must bring proof to us that you have liability insurance in your name. Bless you. If I find that you drive without insurance, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication, and I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or drugs, likewise, you will go to jail. You will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You understand me, man?
Yes.
What do you do for a living? You're a school bus driver. Oh, Lord. Do you have a CDL?
I love him.
I do.
And you don't have insurance?
It just got, I just didn't pay it. I didn't have enough to pay it. So I'm gonna go pay it today and they will reinstate it.
Imagine what the district is going to do if they learn that you don't have insurance. It would probably behoove you to get on it like really, really quick.
I'm gonna do it today.
I don't see any prior dealings, Your Honor.
Okay.
Our license was there.
How much money do you make a month?
1,600 a month.
Do you have any children?
I do 4.
You have 4 kids. Are you married?
Yes.
What does your husband do for a living?
He's a self-contractor.
How much money does he make a month?
Depending on how it is, like sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's good.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No.
Before I am able to give you a lawyer, I need to know what he makes though. So if you don't know, what I can do is I can give you an application, you can take it home, fill it out and bring it back to me next time.
Okay.
And then I can look at it to see whether you qualify for an appointed lawyer. Would you like to do that? Okay. Don't pick up any new cases. If you drove out here, you may not drive home. And do not consume alcohol, otherwise I will put you in jail. Do you understand, man? It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. No alcohol from any source. All right, I'll have you come up here, swear test that you're not gonna drive. It's THA for now, but I gave her an application to take home and she can bring it back. I'll have you go to Victoria Center, reset, then you'll get with Janae for your bond conditions, and after that, you'll be free to go, man. Alves Morales. Is that you?
Yes, sir. Sorry about that, Perdón por la demora. Me llamo Luis el intérprete. Hermanito, solo mira, ¿puedes si le contesta en español, por favor?
Are you Galvez Morales?
Señor, no, señor.
Sir, you were charged with assault of a family member. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews.
Quiet.
If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. So officers were dispatched to disturbance in Harris County, Texas. On May 3rd, 2024, and spoke with the complainant. Complainant stated that she and the defendant were in a relationship for 7 years, but they separated 7 months ago. The relationship originated in Florida, and she came to Houston. He said the defendant came to her home, and inside of the home without permission, and she had asked him to leave. He was continuously talking about getting back together. The plaintiff stated she was asking to leave. The plaintiff stated that the defendant stood inside the apartment and she got intimidated because he would just not leave. The plaintiff stated that when she went to her bedroom where they had a conversation, she tried to convince the defendant to stop following her and tried to explain she didn't want to get back with him anymore. The plaintiff stated that the defendant got hostile with that. Complainant stated that the defendant punched her in the mouth with a closed fist, causing pain, then punched her in the nose with a closed fist, causing pain. The complainant stated she was bleeding from the punches on her face. The complainant stated out of fear, she stood and laid at the bed with the defendant until he fell asleep. The complainant stated that she left the apartment and went to the police station seeking help. The officers observed the complainant to have visible injuries. There was a purple bruise that was approximately the size of a quarter on her upper lip. She also had a swollen nose and lip. Was given she gave a description of a Hispanic male wearing a white shirt. And the Mazda, a blue Mazda that he was driving with a license plate 70BWQE. Defendant officers contacted. I'm sorry. They observed the defendant in the grocery store lot. Defendant Lázaro Enrique Morales, and he was arrested.
On his NCIC, please. I'd like to know what kind of criminal history he has. Mr. Galvez Morales, are you a United States citizen?
No, I'm a resident.
I don't know if that's true or
Sí,
not.
sí, eso sea verdad o no. Le digo que solo mira el juez, no me mira a mí.
All I know, if you go to jail
Usted va a una cárcel,
and there's a problem with your paperwork, immigration will keep you until they have a hearing to decide what they do with you. Just to get a hearing is 6 to 9 months, and you will wait in custody until they do whatever they're going to do with you. I am now putting conditions on your bond. Don't violate these conditions, otherwise I will put you in jail. And if you're unlucky enough, you will be there for a very long time. Do you understand?
Eso, señor. Sí, señor o no, señor.
Do you have
Señor, no
a
sé.
Texas driver license?
¿Tiene licencia para conducir de Texas?
No,
No, but from Florida. Okay.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case.
That's all.
I'm ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons. And the protective order was issued on the 4th of this month for Miss Reyes Gonzalez. I suggest you get to know it, because if you do something to violate that protective order, the state can and will file a violation of a protective order against you. And that is the capital murder of misdemeanors. You understand?
De protección, ¿entendió? Yes,
I
Your Honor.
am ordering you
Pero esto
no
ordenó-
contact and no weapons. No contact from any source, meaning social media, text messages, phone calls, anything.
Nada en absoluto, cero.
Do you understand?
¿Entendido, señor? Yes.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset.
Oh, ya tienen.
After that, I'm going to have you take your seat in the jury box.
Después de eso va a tener que sentarse aquí. Solo mírala a él. Hable ahora.
ella tiene una prenda mía que ella me dijo.
She has some jewelry of mine that she took to the pawn shop. I'm just telling you what he said.
Guys, can you keep it down, please?
Un momento.
If there is a problem like that, then you go to the police. They are the people who take appropriate action for you. As it stands now, all I'm telling you to do is not have any contact with her and not to be in possession of your weapons. And don't pick up any new cases. Do you understand?
Yes, señor. Yes, I understand.
Yo durmiendo en el patio de, el parqueo de.
¿Cómo?
Yo me quedo en un meeting en el carro mío. Arraignment of Miami, Arraignment of Mr. En Plaza América.
I parked my car in order to come to court over in Plaza America.
We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. You need a lawyer to represent you because I'm telling you, this will affect your immigration. Do you understand? So I will have you sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box while I get your bond conditions. We will have you sign it, and then you will be free to go.
Se puede ir, okay? Thank you, Your Honor.
Please, sir.
There is no question, Your Honor.
No criminal history? Okay, thanks.
Judge, we have one.
I didn't know. I was hoping that he didn't have any prior offense.
Didn't say prior. I was just reading from, deciphering from the actual.
Che, che.
All right, go ahead and have.
Last one.
Sure.
Whew. What a day, guys. We made it through it all. We made it through a long interview because I couldn't shut up. And then we made it through great cases. So I think I'm going to put a video out today about... nothing crazy happens. What I think is we're going to see craziness in the future. So all this is a discovery hearing. So a lawyer, it's a divorce, and a lawyer put a motion because he wasn't getting discovery. So he motioned to compel the dad to provide discovery. You know, his income and all that stuff that's for a divorce. You know what I mean. And they don't really talk that much, the dad and the husband and the wife. They don't, it's just the lawyers talking. But it's enough. It's enough that I think it's going to be really good when we get to it. So I'm going to put a video out today, but it is like an hour long, I think. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I trimmed it. So it might not be an hour long. I lied. And you don't have to watch it yet because we don't know if it's going to be really good. But at least the video will be there. So if it is really good and I get it and I get them talking to each other, we can go back to this video too and we'll have everything we need. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm probably going to do it now because I have to go. I have a double today and I have a double tomorrow. So I don't know if... I'm probably going to. I was going to say, I am definitely going to stream tomorrow. Don't worry. I got plenty of stuff. Oh, man. Thank you, everybody who came to the interview. I appreciate it. Hold on, I'm just checking. All right. And come to Discord. There's a lot of stuff going on in Discord all day, all night. And if you want to see some more videos, go to Patreon. All the links have been flowing through chat. They are also, on the channel description. But it was great. This chat tonight was the best ever. Talking about, our youth. Talking about the 60s, the 70s, and 80s. That was awesome. Hi, Carrie. So very. You guys behave. Thanks for all the new people who came out. Thanks for my mods for all just being so freaking awesome. And all the vibers who make everybody happy. Thanks, Jay. Alright, guys. Have fun if you're going to work. If you're off today, I'm jealous. And have a good day. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.